talk like you have power. Okay, thank you. We represent this institution of government called the General Auditing Commission, aka GAC. If the General Auditing Commission giving you a hard time, just say the GAC. The GAC stands for the General Auditing Commission, right? Have you heard that before? Some people heard this name before, right? Okay, so we are from a government entity that is responsible for one thing in the country. One thing in the country. And Liberia has a major problem. What is that major problem that's confronting our country today? What's the major thing that hampering development in Liberia today? What is it? Corruption, right? That's great. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you know that corruption is our greatest enemy. So this entity of government called the GAC is responsible to fight corruption. We're created by law. We're created by the Constitution of Liberia. If you read Article 89 of the Liberian Constitution, it named 3 entities of government to be established. They are the National Elections Commission, they are the Civil Service Agency, and the General Auditing Commission. I think I already. And there was a reason why these 3 entities were formed. They were formed to fight corruption and to be independent. And the GAC is one of them. We came to talk to you this morning on something very important in our society called the culture of integrity. And we'll have our discussions in twofold. But first, I will talk to you about the entity I came to you to talk to you about the issue of integrity in the GAC. You must know who is the GAC and what the GAC does. Then, the second discussion will talk about the culture of integrity. As I stated, this entity was formed in 1956. That time, you were not born. Maybe mama and papa were born that time. And when it was formed, it was in the office of the president. That time the president decided that, oh, go and check this place, go and check that place. So at times went by, it migrated from the office of the president to the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning in 1972 through the executive law. That means the Ministry of Finance at that time was only reviewing vouchers, receipts, and so forth in government transactions financially. So, in 1986, because of the wave of corruption in our country, the government decided to make this entity of government very strong and independent. That's why they were named in the Constitution. And called on our lawmaker to create law to strengthen this institution called the General Auditing Commission. And by that time, this body was formed, giving the name the General Auditing Commission. But first, we're in the office of the president referred to as the Office of Audit. In 1972, we referred to as the Bureau of Audit. When the Constitution was formed in 1986, they referred to it as what? The General Auditing Commission. So in 2005, this entity was still reporting to the president. When we conduct the audit, the report goes to the president. So our international partners and people of governance said that no, we cannot do our work, we'll give it to the president. If the president will be involved, all this stuff. So we amended the law creating the GAC 2005, taking that power from the president, giving it to the legislature, your lawmakers, the people that represent you, the people who are your eyes, your ears, and everything in the legislature. These are the people we report to. So the work that we do, we send our work to the legislature. Now, that's how the GAC was formed. But let me tell you the work that we do. The work that we do is to come to your entity to review your financial books. Whether public or private, whether you're a private institution, whether you're a public institution, you want to know why private? You're not eating government money, yes. For example, if government gave a private entity fasting, it is the government entity responsible to go and check how that 1 cent was spent. For example, this in Peter's Clever, right? If the government decided to give you 10,000 to augment your budget activities, and you say the 10,000 government gave you is to provide 50 chairs. This entity of government had a right to come there to see how that 10,000 that government gave you was spent. We review your financial record to determine whether that 10,000 for the intended purpose was used. And if we notice that the money was not used for the intended purpose, we file a report, we send a report to the legislature. Then we stop. We don't have the power to prosecute anybody. We don't have the power to send anybody to court. The only power we get is to go to your place and check the financial record. All government entities, private institutions that receive government money, we go there to check the financial books to see whether the thing you did was in line with the law, or whether we give you the 10,000, you use the 10,000 for intended purpose. If the money was not used for the intended purpose, we send our recommendation to the legislature to a committee called the PAC, or the Public Accounts and Expenditure Committee. There we send our report, we provide recommendations, and that's where our boss stop. We don't put hands on anybody, get in the court, we don't get anybody to jail, we don't do anything about that. We just file a report and send the legislature. From there, the legislature act along with the president on our report. So that's the kind of work we do at the General Auditing Commission, meaning that the B1 is we audit. And the word audit means to what? To review, to check, to check over and what? To see whether the thing you're doing is right in line with the law. That every $5 that you have must be spent for the intended purpose. So that's the entity called the General Auditing Commission. If it's to our discussion, I will call my brother and friend, Mr. Barney Cole, who will talk to you about the essence for which we are here. The issue of culture of integrity. How should we grow in a culture of integrity? Thank you.
Thank you, students. I heard somebody say that small thing. We're not keeping you long. You use 10, we got 15 minutes, I will just use the next 5, okay? By introduction, this is Mr. Edwin Clark. I just spoke to you. We are all from the General Auditing Commission. We have Mr. Ronald Campbell here. And in the far right there, we have Mr. Romeo Wallace. I'm a biomedical. So I'll just talk to you shortly. He's spoken to you on the institutional mandates. I'll talk to you shortly on what we mean by the culture of integrity. So you already mentioned that GAC is responsible by law to conduct audits, all right? He asked the first question, what is the most problem Liberia is facing currently? And everybody talk about corruption in unison because we understand that is a problem. So we realized that the General Auditing Commission realized that by conducting public audits and putting on these mandates, going by constitutional reviews and all of that, is not the way to actually stop what is plaguing the country today, which is corruption. We realized that it would be going to the cost. That would be the cost and not just the effect of it, but we need to go to the root. And the root of that is about discussing integrity issues with you and me. All right? But first, let me go back small. Since there's a school setting, culture is the way of life of a particular group of people. All right? In Grand Bassa, the way certain things we do here is just unique to this county. In other counties, maybe Bong, Nima, and counties we've been to, they do things differently. So we are saying the way we want people to recognize Liberians and the way we do things is through integrity. We want that when people go to our schools, they will see integrity. They go to our hospitals, they will see integrity. They go to our restaurants, they will see integrity. Public sector, private sector, they will see integrity. So maybe integrity may be a big word for some of us. Let me break it down. It's what you are doing when even no one is looking. So it comes to our school. Most of the time we like to bring that. So the test is on the board and teacher's back is turned and you have the chance to actually pull out a piece of paper or cheat. You don't have to cheat because you know that's not you, all right? That's doing what? That's doing the right thing even when nobody is looking. So we're saying this batch of generation of people, which will obviously be our next group of professionals tomorrow, we need to start telling them, we need to start giving them the message of integrity. Because when we start knowing what is right, what is fundamentally right, what is good, what is legal, what is supposed to be done in the public or the private sector, or our jobs, we will not have the issue of corruption because we've been told from the beginning. So you are the next batch of professionals that we'll be dealing with. So we want to start spreading this message right now, and that's why we call the culture. So we don't want to just say it in a workshop, or probably say it in a symposium, or probably say it in a retreat like where some people might do it. We say it's more than just saying it. It's about doing it, all right? It's about living a culture. That's why we are stretching the culture of integrity. Yeah, St. Peter Claus, you've probably been told years back that you need to be on campus by 7:30. So once you've been told that, the principal or the dean or whoever's in charge doesn't need to tell you tomorrow that be at 7:30. No. Because you know that every day you need to be on campus by 7:30. So it becomes a culture for you. So we are saying the way to mitigate, the way to reduce, all right, dishonesty in government, in the private sector, corruption, is to live a culture of integrity. Somebody may ask the question, who's responsible for that? All of us are responsible for that. Another question that we usually get, when do we start doing that? The answer to that is now. Who's responsible? It starts with you. If you and me start putting together to start living what we need to become, obviously, Liberia can be a corruption-free society if we practice the culture of integrity. I want to say thank you this time so much. If the administration will give us time, maybe we can entertain one or two questions. We don't want to take further much of your time. I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for the administration for listening. Thank you very much. So maybe we can take maybe two questions first because we want to remain within the fringe of our time. Any questions somebody needs to understand you probably been having before, or you didn't understand during the presentation you want to ask? It's meant for more interaction, but because of time, sir, we can take a lot of questions. We don't want to eat up the time we give them. Any questions, students?
Okay, let me just come to our common daily life. So no questions. Today I believe some of you are going to take tests, right? When you start getting the test, you open your book to spot lack integrity. That's corruption. That's corruption. Hello? Are you getting me? If you stop, you open your book, you run piece of shit, you run your car to do that at corruption, you're going our way, you're going our way. When you get the order tomorrow, I see you will do. So you have to stop. When your man gave you $100 to go buy a candle, and the candle cost $50, bring the $50 change to your mind. You take the $50 and put it in your pocket, that's corruption. So corruption is not about the big people taking money, it's for you. It's the things that you do every day. Every day a man asks you, then you lie. You lie, you lie. That's corruption. It's a small things are matter, right? At this level, you will look at when you grow up tomorrow, you'll be president, you'll be minister, you'll be lawmaker. Because what you started today, when you reach to that level tomorrow, I see you will stop. So the best thing at this level, you have to stop it. You have to grow with honesty. Put away dishonesty. Because that's the only way Liberia can be great and greater for all of us tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, what is Sister Grace? Sister Grace, the administration of the school, would like to say thank you for the opportunity given us to speak to your students. And we believe that in all our schools across the country, there is an exercise at the GAC all across the country. We're in Nima, we're in Bom, today we're in Basso. From here we're going to other schools in Grand Basso. It is important that we establish an integrity club at the various schools. There you have press club, you have health club. It is important to organize an integrity club. Now every day you talk about the issue of integrity to the students. Because Liberia depends on these students we have here today. If we don't teach them from this level, and they grow up with the issue of dishonesty, we have no brighter future for tomorrow. So we'd like to say thank you for the opportunity given us. Even our instructors, before you can teach, at least use 5 minutes of your time and talk about dates. It's important for the betterment of our country. So once again, from the office of the Auditor General of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable, thank you for the opportunity. We'll continue the exercise And day in and out, we'll continue to come here to see our best students have been taught the issue of integrity. Once again, we'd like to say thank you.
Beautiful message. Students, you heard it. We have been teaching this, and thank God, our people have come to tell us the same thing. We have been telling you not to spar. When you spar, you are not doing well to the culture of integrity. We have been telling you not to take your friend money. You man grab the money, you take it, you put it in your pocket quick, so you don't find the money. So thank you so much for listening. And we know that today you will start. That's what you are going to start your class work. You are going to start with integrity. Thank you so much.